We cut to Team Guy returning to the village, seeing the devastation. Neji activates his Byakugan to survey the area. He then spots Hinata in the crater. He runs over to her as quick as he can and finds that she is alive, but she is barely holding on. He takes her into his arms and goes to find help. Sakura is seen making her way through the rubble. Different medic ninjas were left near where the hospital used to be to continue their treatment on the survivors. She barely has any chakra left, but she knows that she has to find Tsunade. And to her own horror, she finds Tsunade barely breathing.
Sakura examines Tsunade and realizes that her heart is failing. Healing her under normal circumstances would already be a challenge. Healing her with a low pool of chakra in the middle of a war zone with no medicine or medical equipment would be an almost impossible task for most. Sakura begins to administer her treatment, hoping for the best, but as she does so, she hears someone yell out,
"Lady Haruno, please help! Hinata's in critical condition. If she doesn't receive any treatment, she'll die!"
Sakura turns around and sees Neji carrying Hinata. She is barely clinging on to life and doesn't have much time left. Sakura does not have enough chakra to save both of them. She could tell Neji to find another medic ninja, but there is no guarantee that he will find someone in time. She doesn't know what to do. That is until she hears Lady Tsunade finally give out the order.
Save Hinata. But my lady, that's an order, Sakura. Save Hinata now!
With tears beginning to stream down her face, Sakura immediately gets to work in saving Hinata's life.
Minato stands before Naruto. The Nine-Tail protests the presence of Minato, and Minato immediately snaps his fingers, taking himself and Naruto to a new place. Forgive the abrupt transition, Naruto, but I figured that we should have some privacy within our conversation. After all, it's been a long time coming for us to finally meet each other.
You said earlier that you were happy to meet your son. When you said that, were you referring to...
Yes, Naruto, I was. Apologies for the late revelation. My guess is that the third Hokage tried his best to suppress all knowledge in regards to my demise, your birth, and the status of the Jinchuriki. He probably thought that knowledge of our connection would endanger you even further.
Really? That's the excuse we're going with.
Naruto immediately begins to throw punch after punch, all of them trying to land on Minato. Minato, however, is quick to dodge, true to his name, the Yellow Flash.
You mean to tell me that the fourth Hokage not only sealed this demon inside me, but that he was also my father? How could you do that to your own son? Do you have any idea what I've gone through? All those years of loneliness, pain, and torment. You have no idea what I've had to live with. Even when I finally got something in my life, the suffering only got worse. My best friend left the village, Pervy Sage died, and I just had to watch Hinata die right in front of me. What am I supposed to do with this revelation? Am I supposed to be glad that you're finally here? Am I supposed to be grateful? Well, why should I be? You abandoned me, and you now show up thinking that makes everything better. It doesn't. Where were you? Where were you?
As Naruto asked his final desperate question, Minato finally catches his hand.
I was so hurt. And I tried my best every day to hide that.
As Naruto begins to sob, Minato says,
I'm sorry, Naruto. I never intended to leave you. Not even for a moment. At the time of the Nine-Tails attack, I tried to make the most out of the worst circumstances. I'm sorry if I may have come up a bit short. This meeting was the best I could do for you. This was the most I could give. And I apologize that I wasn't able to give more.
It's okay. After all, I'm the son of the fourth Hokage. I've managed it so far. I guess I can deal with it a bit further.
Please know this, Naruto. I never wanted to seal the Nine-Tails inside you. It was just the best option I had. You were the only one I could truly trust with that power. The only one I believed who could handle it. Like I said, I had to make the best out of the worst situation. Well, what exactly happened, Dad?
At this point, we get the same exposition drop as we did in canon with the masked man being revealed to Naruto, and after that we have Minato restoring the Nine-Tailed Seal for Naruto. Naruto is then finally ready to go back and fight Pain. Before Minato can fade away permanently, Naruto hugs his father one more time, thanking him and promises him that he will do his best. Minato assures Naruto that he knows he can do it.
Naruto then reappears outside of the planetary devastation with his Sage Mode reactivated.
Pain looks at Naruto perplexed and asks, "How in the world are you even still alive?" Let's just say I had a really good dad. Anyway, I think we were in the middle of something, weren't we? I'll give you one thing, Naruto Uzumaki. You are quite persistent, but that won't stop me. You with no answers should just give up right now. Well, Pain, to quote my favorite author, why don't you just give up on trying to make me give up? The two charge at each other once more, ready to finally finish the fight. Just as it was in the original, Naruto uses all his remaining chakra to hit Pain with the Rasengan, and this causes the original Nagato to cough up blood.
With all the paths of Pain finally defeated, and using all of his chakra, he is close to death's door. However, he assures Konan that he can hold out. Once Naruto confirms that the Diva Path has finally been defeated, he makes his way to where Nagato and Konan are hiding within the paper tree. Naruto tells Nagato that he is willing to give him an answer as to how he would create peace, but first he wants to know the story of Nagato completely. He wants to hear everything he has to say. Nagato relents and reveals the backstory of himself, Konan, and Yahiko. Once Nagato finishes telling Naruto his full story, he looks to Naruto and asks him, "What is your answer, Naruto Uzumaki? Do you still hate me?" Naruto pulls out the Tales of a Gutsy Ninja. He looks down at the book and finally answers, "Hating you won't bring back Pervy Sage. Hatred has done nothing but cause even more pain. So for the sake of peace and Pervy Sage, I'm letting go of my hatred. I don't hate you anymore."
As for my answer to peace, my answer is quite simple. I'm simply just going to believe what Pervy Sage believed in. I'm going to believe there's going to come a time period where we can understand each other, where we don't have to look at each other as enemies any longer, that we can be empathetic, that we can be sympathetic, and that we can be kind. And I'm going to do my part to build that world. I know I may not succeed, and I know that I may fail, but I'm going to try anyway, because that's what Pervy Sage would do, and that's what I'm going to do.
Nagato recoils at this answer. It feels so naive and so ignorant to what the world is truly like. Nagato snarls and then responds, "You cannot be serious as to that being your real answer. It reeks of naivete. It's ignorant, it's stupid, yet you're going to believe it anyway? What kind of ninja are you? What kind of ninja would believe such nonsense? What kind of man would even believe such a world is possible?" Simple, really. A gutsy ninja. Naruto's words finally strike a chord with Nagato. I know I have a long road ahead of me, and I know that I may not even live to see the end of it, but I'm gonna try anyway. Because that's who I am. I'm Naruto Uzumaki. I never go back on my word, because that's my ninja way. A way that was passed down from my teacher Jiraiya Sensei. Nagato can see the wisdom of Jiraiya Sensei within this boy, and he realizes there is only one thing he can do. Instead of performing the Rinne Tensei, Nagato steps out of the machine and makes his way slowly over to Naruto and places his hand on his forehead. As he does so, Naruto can feel a strange energy begin to course through his body. Nagato then tells him, "War is coming, Naruto, and you know nothing of it. You have faced loss, but you have not truly seen the full extent of pain. However, you are Jiraiya's last student, and the only one who can be trusted with facing this pain. Therefore, I will lend you my power. When the time comes, you must use it to defeat Madara and fulfill the dream of Jiraiya Sensei.
Only you can do this, Naruto. Go. Go and prove to the whole world that I was wrong. Once the last bit of energy is passed on to Naruto, Nagato finally passes away. Naruto and Konan then have their heart-to-heart. Things, of course, don't change here. Konan offers her own blessing, along with her paper flowers. Naruto then sets up his monument to Jiraiya, and then heads back to the village. Now, the original Pain arc had a very hopeful ending, but for the sake of the story, I am going to have to change it to a bit more of a somber note. As Naruto travels back, he finds himself running out of energy as he did before. As he is about to collapse, he is caught by Rock Lee.
Bushy Brow? Come on, let's get you back home.
Where's the rest of Team Guy?
They stayed behind to take care of Tsunade and Hinata.
Wait, Hinata's alive?
She is. Neji found her and brought her to Sakura. She is stable as of now, and should make a full recovery. After she was stabilized, I went to find you once Katsuyu relayed everything that happened.
Naruto looks down and sees the Katsuyu slug which attached to him earlier during the fight. She then tells him,
I made sure to relay all information during your fight. Even so, I'm afraid that this is where I must take my leave. I no longer have the chakra needed to sustain this. Farewell, Naruto.
Katsuyu disappears, and Rock Lee continues to carry Naruto back to the village. It isn't long before they come across the ruins of the village. The people are alive, but are not in the greatest spirits. It isn't long until Sakura meets up with them. She has a very solemn look on her face.
It's good to see you in one piece, Naruto.
Sakura, what's wrong?
It's Tsunade. She didn't make it.
What do you mean?
Her heart gave out after exhausting everything. She had to save the village. I couldn't stop it. I'm sorry.
As Sakura begins to fall apart, Naruto pulls her into a hug. He consoles her as he is now left to deal with the damage of his broken home and the loss of the 5th Hokage. Jiraiya is gone, Tsunade is gone, and Kakashi is in critical condition. Naruto has no one to lean on in this situation. For the first time, people must lean directly on him.
and that's where we will finally end the video. Man, this video has been a long time coming. This was supposed to be out 2 months ago, but my life has been incredibly busy. I've got sick multiple times, and if I'm being honest with you guys, I had to rewrite the script a whole bunch of times too. I had this script done months ago, but as I started editing and recording, I realized just how flawed my script was originally, and I don't want to put out anything that I'm not going to be proud of. I'm really proud of the changes I made to the script, and I really like how this video flowed. I got a lot of good constructive criticism in the last video, and I really took it to heart, and I tried my best to really make things better from my last video, especially with my song selections, which I am going to expand on in the future. There is a few other songs I wanted to use for the video, but let's just say editing is really hard, and certain choices make it even harder, and leave it at that. With all that said, let's go into the nitty-gritty of the creative choices I made. Yes, I took out the Rinne Tensei. And yes, I killed Tsunade. And yes, all the people who died originally in this arc are going to be confirmed dead, which is why I made sure Kakashi was alive. That's a lot to change, but allow me to explain. The Pain arc is by far the greatest arc in all of Naruto, which is both a good and a bad thing. The Summit arc, and especially the War arc, didn't really have that emotional high, and honestly, the War arc especially left a lot to be desired. Yes, there were many good things about the War arc, but it is incredibly flawed, and I already know that I'm going to be doing a lot of fixing with that arc when I get to it. This isn't just what if Hinata joined Team 7. If I'm being perfectly honest, this is definitely how I would have written Shippuden, because as much as I love Naruto and as much as Kishimoto has left an impact on my life and that I will always be grateful for, I have to be honest and say that the ending of Naruto, in my opinion, kinda sucks. I'm not going to get into the reasons. Most of you can probably guess why I didn't like the ending. It's probably the same reason as you've heard from many other YouTubers, so I'm not going to go into that. To put it simply, I'm making changes to the Pain arc, that way I can prepare for the War arc.
Every change I've made is for a specific reason, so you'll have to stay tuned to see what's going on and find out what happens. So please, click the like button, click subscribe, and please tune in for the next video. Leave a comment down below about how much you agree with my take or how much you hate my take. Thank you very much, and as always, have a good day.